Welcome to Warblock. Today we're going to look at the Watiya Air Base scenario. Essentially, the air base is down here, and the government of National Accord come down this road to try and take it. But then the Libyan National Army counter-attack, push them all the way back up to the top, and take these 5 villages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one here, which is, oh no, it's named, I thought it was unnamed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so, that's that. One small thing to note is that I've changed the colour on these units, and I think, to be quite honest, it's only a subtle change. But if you sort of look, it depends on what sort of browser you've got. But for example, if you look at this one, the collapse of CERT, where I've got the old LNA counters, I can upgrade them, but it's a bit of a pain. To be quite honest, you can hardly notice the difference. But they're subtler, which means it's easier to read. Now on my other computer, I have difficulty reading that. On this one, I see it perfectly, so not particularly great example, but I've changed the colour, I've toned it down a little. I haven't put any air defence units, which I should, because there's the something NAFTA SAM site there. It should have some sort of surface-to-air missile capability in it. I've made the hill contours up, just make it a bit more random over there. So that's it really. That's a sort of play. The actual image, so to speak, that I got this from possibly demonstrates what I'm about to say a little more clearly. So I'll just show that. There. My computer's pretty slow, at least this computer. My main computer's not. This is my old i3 computer. So basically, they come down here, you can see this green line. So they start there, they come down here to take the Okba Ibn Nafa SAM site, obviously the green line. Then they're repulsed and pushed back this way, obviously back to Zuwarah, where they find themselves sort of besieged, so to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's this one as well, maybe. But then they push back to there. Then the red lines, obviously they push back, counter-attack there, and push back to there. The GNA gets split into 2 forces, so one lot heads towards the, so these are routed units basically. They route off towards the Algerian border where they try to cross, and the other lot route back to Zuwarah. I mean, maybe route is not the right word, but I imagine it probably wasn't too far off. So comes down here, back up, and followed through like that. So maybe this one shouldn't be there, maybe it should be this one, but it doesn't matter. This seems to have taken it. I think actually, yeah, I've included it because of that sort of line there. So now we've got drones, which look a bit stupid, don't they, like that? Anyway, so they're going to attack. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that there's earthworks across all of these, across these roads, so they can't just plough down the road. So obviously the game plan, according to history, is to go straight down this road like that. So none of this is really of any significance. We're not going in any other direction. So we'll just see what we can do here with regards to this sort of offensive capability, really. Now, I've put a fair amount of the artillery in place. So we've got artillery, 2 lots of artillery there, 1 lot there. I didn't put too much on initially, and I took them off randomly. We've got some there and some there. So obviously we've got to somehow get there. Now there's obviously earthworks in these 2 hexes. Everything else is clear and it's desert. So if we think about it, we could sort of, in theory, we could go like this. I mean, this would be the most direct, hexagonally focused line, which would mean we would need to clear these units and these units in order to allow these to go down there. Now they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe they can get that far. I don't know how far mechanized can go in desert, and I'm not going to look it up, but you know, if we look at it about 6, we'll figure it out sooner or later. But they might be able to go a bit more. Alternatively, we could go this way. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that somehow. And the thing is, the reason I'm suggesting that route is because we might go faster down this road. Now these will probably retreat, sort of maybe inconveniently there or there. But the thing is, it's the same number of hexes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that way. And obviously it's going to be 10 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 moves which are actually along a road. So we'll go faster that way. But either way, it'll probably take 2 turns. And we'll probably want to split things up. So in the first instance, we really want to take these units out, but we also want to sort of somehow push them away. So they need to retreat sort of there and there, ideally. We don't want them retreating there and there or there. We don't want them retreating into any of these hexes. Now there's not much we can do unless we can get a unit in there, which is not impossible because we do have irregular units. So if we can push an irregular unit through into there, and we do have one, but he's only at 3, so he might be able to go into there, which is actually quite good. So if we push this irregular unit there first, that would be the end of his movement in theory, 0.6. But that means that when these units retreat, they'll be able to go there. So I'm not doing a lot of advanced thinking, but that's some advanced thinking. I think, you know, it's got to be the way to do it. So maybe the next thing to focus on is this double stack, because this one's going to be easier. So if we put 2 on this and 1 on that, drones, okay, 0.4, 0.15, bag of zeros. But we've got artillery, so we've got 2 there, one there. So if we do the same thing here, well, let's do 2 on this and 2 on the other. No, let's do 3 on this and 1 on the other. I'm assuming I'll be able to get this last one in range. With 5. So 2.35, 1.85 and 0.55. So that's all the indirect fire. And save everything that can move there. We definitely want to reduce the stacking, so if we move him there, that's 6. 2.95, 1.85. Okay. Not brilliant. What I'm thinking is it might be. I don't think we can really do this. We could possibly push there, knock that out and get more onto it. For example, we could bring him down there, knock him out, bring these down here, and try and push these out. We need as many irregulars really. DR, so we pushed him back. Which means we can move these units down there. DE. And pushed him to there. Now we can possibly knock him back again. And, okay. Keep it tight. You need some irregulars on there. The irregulars are pretty powerful. Can you get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possibly. Can't get through that stack. I would probably go that way. Get any more irregulars on there. We've got artillery, but they can't move and fire. I just loathe to use any of this in this combat. I've got to win this. The problem is, you could retreat there. So moving there was a mistake. You can retreat there, there, or there, and we want him to retreat there. And there's 2 of them, so he's likely to do something inconvenient. And maybe we can move this air defense unit down to 2 hexes. No. We can't move him in there. 1, 2, he won't be able to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could possibly bring him down. I'm not sure whether he'll get there. Because it would... See, if I move him there, I could bring him into the battle. If I move him there, I stop him retreating there. If I could move him, I could sacrifice 1 motorised unit. Maybe this one, who's quite a distance away, who won't be able to really get too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. And see how far I can get this guy down. He's too far away. Okay, let's see what I can do here. I don't think this is going to be a strong attack, but I think it's about as good as it's going to get. 5 DE, and they both went exactly where I wanted them to. Brilliant. So let's see how far we can get this mechanised unit. Now if we can push him out of the way, is that it? This is quite disappointing. Okay. Well, if that's all I can do. Well, that guy there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could possibly get there. We can't get through that stack. We could possibly bring you in to help with that. Well, not. Over. Okay, do I want to do this attack? I think not really, but we've got nothing in there, so 9. I'm not going to bother with all the other stuff. I'm tempted to do that, but he's fresh. He's at half, but he's artillery. And I'll get 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, if we were 5, and we could be possibly 10, because there'll be 9 plus 0.9, which would be 9.9, which isn't So it depends really on that. There, 6.5. It will be really tight, but that could be a 2 to 1. Do I want to do it? I don't think so. I'm tempted to, but I don't want to take any risks at this early stage. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so then there's this attack going in. We've got air power, obviously. So we've got some big stacks. We've got this one with armour in it, but the air power is not so great against armour. We've got this with motorised. So let's put them both against that. Okay. This defensive line, as such, will possibly do with moving some things around. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've really got to somehow shore this line up, which means swinging things around quite quickly. You know, there's this massive sort of bulge coming out there that we can somehow squidge it up. We've definitely got blocking forces in here. Possibly get in there. Possibly swing some things around here. So we've got this little section there that needs to be dealt with, so we can bring some roots around. This is a bit vulnerable because he's at the front, so we could probably knock him back, and we could possibly do some damage on that, and possibly on that. Probably not worth pushing against anything else. We can get this artillery moving, or we can get it firing on that. So we can bring this guy over here, and these guys over here. Everyone else can stay where they are. So let's see how we can do this. We've got in there. Okay, so what we can really do is block at this stage. If we move something in there, we're going to lose it. But we've got some artillery, we can fire on that. And let's fire this artillery on it as well. worth sticking somewhere in there. Whoever goes in there is going to die, but it will slow them down. We should at least win this battle. 5-1, is that going to be enough? Let's give it a go. 6-1 DE. Not going to do any more attacks. We could possibly do something against that, but it probably up 2-1. Would it be worth it? Lost some there, so we're not actually as strong as we could be. If he just sits there and will recover. Okay, so that's that. Let's just get this moving. So, first turn, looking quite good. Got a bit of a counter strike pushing into there, but I don't think we're going to have any problems getting rid of that unit. He's already into pushing 4. What we need to do is somehow clear the road. So what we really need to do is to clear these units out. So anything here we can attack and destroy morale-wise. I thought there was something, but there's something. There's that guy in there, isn't it? He's at 4. So I'd like to sort of maybe destroy these units. These are mechanized, so they're going to be pretty tough. We might be able to do some damage against that. I'm more tempted to go against this, because at least we can get the morale check. I'll do the other one. Just, I don't like saturating everything on one target. All this seems a bit artificial to me. 5-5. Okay, so artillery wise, okay. Do the other two and the other ones. 1. Okay, well we'll have to do the other one on this. So they all held their ground, even at 9.85. Oh, let's use this against that. Yeah. Okay. So it's now 2.7. In there. Attack. Got it. So here, we will need to start pushing these units back. Good. So hoping that there wouldn't be an exchange. Push 3 units forward. And push that. Because I should be able to route one of them. Yes. There's only 3 to 1 there, but we pushed him back there at 6.5. That gives us enough to go against these units now. I'll split it. Oh no, I really need to push him out. I'll put all of those 3 onto that. Okay. Here, push him back. There's one of these guys. And that should get 5 to 1. Oh, ouch. Well, I'm going to use the 2 others. D. exchange. Going as perfectly as I hoped. So he wasted his attack. We haven't cleared this, it's hoping to get into there. Dear. So tricky, really. Just need to be lucky, really. Got to do 2 against that, put them to there. And two attacks. Road's not quite clear. Push everything against that. I'm really going to push against this unit here. Right, 1. So I can move him possibly there, here, there. So this is it. So he's got enough to do an attack against that. You can move him there and him there, attack that, push him back to there, and then move him into there and attack this stack. It all works. Needs to work. Yes. And this needs to work as well. It should be okay. Yes, 3 to 1. I knew it would be tight, but right. So stop him from exploiting that through to this. Really pushing him back. I wonder whether they'll be able to counter-attack properly. But it looks like quite a sort of reasonable line. You know, it still looks as though they've got their defensive line that's just been pushed back. It could be quite plausible, really. Although when you look at the numbers, I mean, this guy's on 6, this guy's on 9, 4. You know, they're basically walking dead. And now we've got our central reserves to exploit whatever we've achieved, which is not a lot, but we might be able to push him back and push him and maybe even get onto this SAM site this turn. It would be really tight, but probably not possible. Let's see what we can do with this. No. No. Okay. This we can attack there is fresh and do that. Well, got Left with 2 attacks. We should be able to do something. DR, yes. And 1 more attack down here. If this works. DR, yes. We can now exploit down this road. And obviously into the zone of control of this unit. B, okay. And to the gate of the SAM site. That's as far as we got. That's quite incredible, really. That was pretty good. But we've got some units down here. Let's see what we can do with these. Always fresh, look. So I'm moving into there. That might be the end of his movement. Yes. Protect that artillery. Let's get through there. So that's that. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to do too much thinking, but I'm not going to play any further because it's 53 minutes. So let's end the turns. We're going to have some real end of play commentary. So essentially, we have a little easier than I thought, but broken through to the airbase, which is what they did. So we've achieved that bit so far. Now, so look at the reinforcements. Because on turn 4 they get the reinforcements one, but not a lot. Not enough, I don't think. I'm going to have to really ramp these up if they're going to stand a chance when they come on here. If they only have 2 units, it's just going to come on piecemeal. There's far too much here. We've got something that we could possibly punch through the sides here. And we could possibly put some sort of threat there, but not really there. This is just too weak. It's too weak everywhere. It's too strong. There's nothing here. It's completely broken, really. There's going to have to be some really strong reinforcements coming along here to do that. But I think it's quite an interesting dynamic. I mean, you can see the line working like that. Okay, I'll leave it at that, and I'll speak to you later. Cheerio!